We navigate our lives through a specific set of physical expectations. We assume gravity will pull downward, oxygen will sustain us, and time will tick forward at a constant, predictable rate. But these behaviors are confined to the thin, protected layer of our atmosphere. Take Hollywood's space battles. They condition us to expect roaring, fiery shockwaves. But sound requires an atmosphere to travel. Out in the vacuum of space, a massive kinetic detonation like this would be dead silent. This chart shows what we call reality. Every star, planet, and person you will ever know fits inside this tiny 5% sliver. The other 95% consists of dark matter and dark energy, forces we cannot see and do not fully comprehend. Understanding the universe requires us to abandon our Earth-based logic. The moment you leave our atmosphere, the physical rules of our daily lives cease to apply. Down here on the surface, the air we breathe does a lot of unseen work. The oxygen in our atmosphere acts as a protective layer, keeping distinct materials from instantly reacting with one another. Strip away that oxygen, and metal behaves entirely differently. If two pieces of the same uncoated metal touch in the vacuum of space, they permanently fuse together without any heat applied at all, a process known as cold welding. Extreme cosmic pressure also pushes chemistry into the absurd. Take the exoplanet 55 Cancri E. Because of its intense density and blistering heat, this carbon-rich world is literally covered in diamonds. Deep in a region known as Sagittarius B2, there is a massive cloud of gas and dust containing billions of liters of space alcohol. The dominant chemical floating out there gives raspberries their taste, and it smells strongly of rum. We actually have direct sensory confirmation of how strange the void is. Astronauts returning from spacewalks consistently report that their gear carries a distinct, lingering scent, a mix of hot metal, heavy diesel fumes, and seared steak. The only reason we know this is because these heavy spacesuits manage to trap those particles, safely returning those scents to the station without exposing the astronauts to the deadly environment. The tame, predictable chemistry we experience on Earth is a remarkably rare exception. The broader universe operates as a violently extreme, diamond-filled cocktail party. We also assume time is a strict, steady rhythm. A clock ticks at the same speed everywhere, and a day is always shorter than a year. Then you look at Venus. It rotates on its axis so incredibly slowly that a single day takes 243 Earth days to complete, but it orbits the Sun in just 225 Earth days. A single day on Venus outlasts its entire year. It gets stranger when extreme gravity gets involved. Thanks to Einstein's relativity, we know that if you spend just 1 hour near the immense pole of a supermassive black hole, 7 full years would pass back on Earth. Time bends under the sheer weight of gravity. Even the simple act of looking up at the sky is an exercise in time dilation. Because light travels at a finite speed of 186,000 miles per second, human sight across cosmic distances is literally a form of time travel. The sunlight warming your face left its source 8 minutes ago. If the sun were to suddenly explode right now, we would be blissfully ignorant, continuing our day for 8 whole minutes before the blast reached us. There is no present tense in astronomy. When you gaze out into the void, you are only ever looking at the ghosts of the past. Our sense of scale is just as flawed. We think of our planet as small and the galaxy as overwhelmingly fast. Yet Earth holds roughly 3 trillion trees, far outnumbering the estimated 400 billion stars in the entire Milky Way. This illustrates our sense of scale. You can comfortably fit 1.3 million Earths inside our Sun. But compare that to UY Scuti, the largest known star. Our Sun instantly becomes a microscopic grain of sand. You could pack 5 billion suns inside it. And even those massive bodies are just specks in the dark. Consider the Bootes void, a region of space 330 million light-years across. By all known logic, it should contain thousands of galaxies, but it only holds about 60. Beyond the dense activity of our solar system, the cosmos is defined by a profound, terrifying emptiness that outweighs matter at almost every scale. The structures we do have are strictly temporary. Gravity is actively pulling ice and rock down into Saturn's atmosphere in a phenomenon called ring rain. In about 300 million years, its iconic rings will completely disappear. A much larger expiration date is already set. Right now, the Milky Way is hurtling towards the Andromeda Galaxy at 250,000 miles per hour. In about 4.5 billion years, they will crash and merge into one giant galaxy. We are intimately bound to this chaotic timeline. If you ever watched an old analog television tuned to a dead channel, about 1% of the static on that screen was leftover radiation from the Big Bang itself. You were literally watching the birth of the cosmos in your living room. And despite all the dramatic fire, the infinite voids, and violent collisions out there, scientists averaged all the light from over 200,000 galaxies and found the official color of the universe. It isn't a deep neon purple. It's a mild beigeish white called cosmic latte. The void above us defies every expectation. Instead of a cold, empty vacuum, it is a wildly unpredictable, expanding system that continuously breaks our most basic intuitions. The next time you look up at the night sky, try leaving your earthbound logic on the ground. The universe makes a lot more sense once you realize how strange it actually is.